asked Justin yesterday about if he'd seen the depth chart. He said no. Have you looked at the depth chart at all?
No, sir. No, both of us haven't. We just excited about camp. Excited that this day's finally here. Put in a lot of work this summer, and really excited to get started.
Coach said yesterday the depth charts are relevant at this point. Do you agree, or is it a good starting point?
Definitely. I think it's not very important right now. Depth charts preseason. I mean, you can't really pay much attention to that, and a lot of work's going to be done. But like I said, we're just really excited to get started.
When's the depth chart important to you?
I guess, once the first game hits. But, even then, backups always need to be ready. I mean, whoever the backup is. So, I guess to a certain extent, it can never be important to you.
How important was this summer to you? I mean, did you feel like you improved from the spring to now?
Definitely, and that's something I hit on with coaches going into the summer from the spring, that these are the points that we need to get better at, and just kind of try to rep them as much as I can and get better.
Coach Jones said that he wanted to make sure that the retention rate was really high from the spring. Do you think that will show on Friday when you practice?
Definitely, and all the receivers have been doing a great job of getting reps and getting in the film room and everything. That I think we will hit the ground running come tomorrow.
What's the biggest way in which you think you've improved since spring?
The biggest way, I think I've improved probably just focusing on the accuracy, then focusing also on mastery of the offense. Talking with the coach about that, just post snap reads and things like that, just to get better at.
You've changed your mechanics quite a bit over the last few years, obviously. Was there some major mechanical change to improve your accuracy, or was it? What did you do to improve your accuracy? Just reps, or what?
Yes, sir. And I don't. It was in my high school years I kind of tightened my motion up a little bit, and now it was just Coach Jake hit me on a few coaching points, just little things that you can tighten up with it. So I think I've kind of improved on those, and hopefully it'll show.
Day one isn't going to make or break things for you guys right this season, or as far as the depth chart goes, but just talk about going into day one and where you start and how you maybe don't go in so amped up.
Yeah, it's hard not to be amped up. It's a very exciting thing to every year just to start camp and start football again. And so I think everybody's going to have that excitement level, but also you need to, like you said, keep a calm head, clear head, and just, with successes and failures, just be ready to go back at it.
How much of an adjustment was it for you to run a fast-paced offense?
Not too much of an adjustment. We kind of ran it last year, and then in my high school years, we never huddled. This is definitely faster than that, so it's a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of speeding up, but not much.
Any of the young receivers impress you during the summer?
I think all of them are going to be really good. I'm really excited to see what they can do in pads and against our corners.
Is the anticipation for this year's camp different from anticipation from last year's camp for you and for some of the players?
I'm not sure. Maybe this year there's a little bit more chance to get some more reps, but last year I was just as excited to start playing football again, so it's not a huge difference.
Nate, what have you seen from Woody Quinn this summer?
Oh, Woody's been great. We've kind of got to know each other a lot. I hosted him on his visit, and he's a hard worker, very hard worker. He's battled some soreness coming in and all that, from JUCO and all that, but he's a really hard worker, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
What's been your impression of the freshman quarterbacks since they've come in?
Oh, they've been great. Both Riley and Josh have picked it up real well, and I've been working hard in the weight room as well as the film room as well as the field. So this will be a fun time.
How did the Navy SEALs training, that 2-day training, benefit you guys?
Oh, that was great. I think everybody really benefited from that as far as being a teammate and as being a leader. And it's kind of invaluable there. It's really cool to kind of learn something from the military force, and that they really put into practice a life or death situations. So to learn from that is pretty awesome.
How did running 52-110s benefit you?
I think it benefited everybody, and Coach Lawson's big on that. Is he's going to push us to our limits so that we can have the confidence that we can do those things, and we are in shape. So I think it benefited the whole team in a great way.
What was your biggest emphasis this summer? Where did you feel like you needed to make the most improvement, and what did you maybe a couple things that you really tried to focus on during?
Just tried to focus on accuracy, and I reviewed all the film from the spring a lot, and just try to make improvements based on the reads and post snap recognition of the defense, and hopefully, like I said, that'll show here in camp.
How much did you go to the film room? Was it an everyday thing, a couple of hours, or you consider yourself kind of a film rat, a guy that's always in there?
Yeah, as much as I can. I think every quarterback needs to do that. So I try to be in there as much as I can, balancing class and football and workouts and all that. But yeah, as much as I could, I was trying to be in there.
Coach talks about having.
Given how much you guys have run this summer, are you any faster now than when you first got on campus?
I hope so. You know, that's man. I hope I'm faster, but we didn't test 40s or anything like that. But I do feel a little more explosive and faster. And I mean, Coach Lawson really pushed us to our limits this year. So you know, hopefully I am.
Coach Jones talks about having an alpha male at quarterback. What does that mean to you exactly?
I think the point he's stressing there is just that the team, and your teammates and your guys can really tell that you're in control of the ship, and I think that helps as your confidence is playing. Also, being the alpha male, that's going to help your play too. So I think it's just part of the quarterback position.
How does your personality fit with that?
I think it does fit. And I think all our 4 quarterbacks fit in that, and it's something I've kind of stressed and kind of tried to work on and cultivate throughout my years of playing football. So I think it does fit.
Tennessee's losing 2 outstanding receivers and a quarterback that's very productive. Are you confident that the offense can be productive even though you've lost those guys?
Yes, sir, and I think that just goes back to all the work we've put in this summer, and it's been a lot. We've really stressed working hard, getting our routes, and focusing on the little details like the coaches have stressed to us. So I think the work that we put in this summer has set us up for success this fall.
And I know it was fast in the spring, but Coach Jones said you're going to go even faster in the fall. Can you?
Yes, sir, I think so. There's always room for improvement, and I'm excited to get started.
Nate, by the end of spring, you were throwing to mostly walk-ons because you always so depleted. Are you excited to have more of a full deck? Do you think we'll see maybe more of your skills with better players around you?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, those guys they're good football players too, and definitely have the utmost respect for them. But it'll be great to get some of these freshman guys to see what they can do also.
Not to harp on it too much, but I asked Coach yesterday about maybe a timetable for naming a number 1 guy. Are you more comfortable knowing one way or the other midway through practice? Could you go up until the last week before the game? Where does it sit with you guys who are kind of thrust into that position?
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge deal, and I think you just got to be prepared either way. If you're the starter or if you're the backup, so you can't put too much weight on the depth chart, whatever it goes. So. Yeah, I don't think there's too much depth on it.
But certainly developing that alpha male thing that he's talked about, I mean, it's better to know maybe 2 weeks ahead of time that you got the reins and it's my ship, so to speak.
Maybe, but I think even if you were the backup, if you were the starter, I mean, things can change. Things are always subject to change. So you got to approach every day like you're going to give your best, and with a really hard work ethic that you're going to be the best in the country, not just in the team.
And those 2 freshmen, they're coming in, and you just have been here, and those you guys are coming in trying to take your job. I mean, how much do you balance helping them during the summer to get acclimated and taking them in the film room and kind of taking them under y'all's wings as y'all?
No, yeah, they've done a great job coming in and really showing the hunger and the thirst to do it. And something that I think Justin did a great job for me last year is Justin really took me under his wing and kind of showed me the reins a little bit. So I try to do the same thing with them, and I think it's just kind of being their teammates, and it's just the respect that you have for each other.
Hey, with as many as I guess maybe 2 or up to 4 guys fighting for one spot, do you have to guard against putting too much pressure on yourself, or are you the kind of guy that thinks the more pressure the better?
I think it's always important to stay even keeled. Never get too high, never get too low. So you can't put all that pressure on yourself, but you know it's there at the same time. So, but with knowing the pressure's there, I think you just got to stay even keeled and just never get too high, never get too low.
Well, Coach was talking about not just grading 7-on-7 stuff, not just grading 11-on-11 stuff, but run fits with the running backs and every little drill, the swing passes, are they on time where they're supposed to be? Do you have to block that out, or you just kind of have to, at some point, you just have to stop thinking and play football when you're out there?
Yes, sir. I think you just got to have fun and go out there and play. But I think that's great that the coaches are grading that, because you got to grade on the details and what's going to set the team up for the most success. And ultimately, I think that's what all of us want, is what's going to set the team up for the most success. So I think that's a great thing.
Coach has said that he's not concerned about the outcome, he's concerned about the process. But clearly you guys haven't played maybe to the level of expectation the past couple of years. Your thoughts going into this season, maybe winning more than 1 conference game, or do you set a goal, I guess, going in and see what happens?
I think our goal, every year is to win an SEC championship and, go to the best bowl game we can. So, yes, it is to win every SEC championship game or SEC game, and that's what we expect of each other as teammates and brothers, and I think that's what we're going after this year.
How do you separate the process from the result?
I think Coach Jones is dead on with that, of focusing on the process, because the result, you'll get there and it feels good, but I think the process is where you grow and you enjoy your time. So definitely got to focus on the process.